Hello guys, so hope everyone is having a wonderful day. So welcome to my channel called Knowledge Central, and I plan to start a playlist on just talking about book summaries. And I've always wondered, people sometimes don't have all the time to read the book fully, and I also felt that a few books can be easily summarized, and the whole point is also to just get the best insights, which can easily be converted into actions. So I'm a strong believer that, especially books related to mental and physical health, we can kind of grasp what are the actionable insights and try to immediately put into our lives. And that's the whole point of this video summary. So let's get into the first book, which I wanted to review or talk about. It's the book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And it's one of the beautiful books which I've read. And so, to just summarize that in one line, he just talks about how to make or break a habit. And I think this is one of the things which a lot of people would struggle about. They wanted to do something in life, they wanted to start a hobby, they want to exercise, cycle, or in fact read a book. So how do you develop a particular habit? So that's what this book talks about. Second thing is, people also wonder, how do I stop doing certain things, either excessive use of mobile phones or particular apps, or say for example a habit which you want to stop, for example eating junk food, and I can name a lot more. So how do we break a habit? So let's get into the top three main points the book talks about. One is, every habit you either bring into your life or you try to break has four stages. We'll get into that. So each and every stage either helps to either bring a habit or break a habit, which we'll get into it. Second thing, in order to make us, our mind and body to do something, we have to make sure that that's really obvious and easy to do. And the final point is to keep a tracker of your habits and make sure that you are accountable, and probably try to reinforce with some positive rewards. So let me now elaborate on these 3 points. So coming to my first point, which is, either a habit can be made or broken through these four stages. And the four stages are, first is the cue. Simple. When I mean by cue is, you need to have the sign, you need to see a certain thing to actually start doing it, or you want to create a habit, right? First thing is the cue. Say for example, you want to stop eating junk food, stop buying junk food. Make sure that it's not there in front of your eyes. Make sure it's not on your table, or make sure that it's not in your vicinity or something. So the cue should be avoided to break a habit, or you need to bring the cue to form a habit. Say for example, you want to go jogging every day. I mean, you want to develop a habit of jogging, right? So make sure that you keep your running shoes where you can see it constantly. Like for example, when you get up, take a bottle of water, you see your running shoes there. So that's the cue. So it subconsciously triggers to actually start a habit, and slowly, it shows you sign, and your body and mind will sync together by seeing the cue. So cue is the first stage of a certain habit to be formed or broken. Second thing is the craving, right? Let's take an example of junk food, right? We see junk food, and then we crave for it. We start secreting more saliva, like we feel hungry, something. So we crave for it. So make sure that the craving is there to form a habit, or the craving is probably remote to break a habit. And let me keep a constant example of junk food. So in order to avoid the craving of junk food, you eat something else. For example, salad. For example, fruits. Eat a heavy breakfast. So there is always a healthier substitute, right? Simple as that. So go for it. The third stage in this four-step making or breaking a habit theory comes with response, right? You have the cue, you have the craving, But then the next step is, how do you respond, right? You see a junk food, you're craving for it, you're hungry, but then you then actually need to get up, go take and eat it. So that's the response. So which we should try to avoid if you're breaking a habit. And we need to get up, put our running shoes, go for jogging or exercising if you want to bring a habit. And I'm just considering these two examples to be inconsistent with the first step of behavioral change which we can bring to ourselves. The final step is the reward, as I'm talking about. So, you know, if you go for jogging as you plan to make it a habit, you get healthy, you are metabolically really fit, you, for example, burn the excess calories which you're eating, you are, having a better uh, blood circulation, your feel good hormones are secreted like endorphins and serotonin, etc. So that's the response, and it feels good. And that should be the ultimate motive, and that's the end stage of the first step, behavioral change for making or breaking a habit. With a similar example of junk food, the reward is, of course, feel good hormones like dopamine. You feel good when you eat chocolate or junk food, and you feel full. Your taste buds are enlightened. So these are the four steps to make or break a habit. So clearly, in order to develop the habit, we need to make sure that all four steps are aligned. The cue, the craving, response, and the reward are there for a particular habit you want to develop. And the same four steps, the four uh, key things has to be eliminated in order to break a habit. As simple as that, but it's harder to actually execute and follow. So keep this four in mind. It's quite important to form or break a habit. Simple as that. The second key insight which I got from the book is pretty simple. If we want to just follow a certain habit, we need to make sure that it's easily accessible. It's very easy, it's simplified, it's not at all complicated or complex. What I did, actually, I recently started cycling every day, at least for past couple of months, 2 to 3 months down the line. And how did I bring that change? Is very simple. I make sure that every evening I keep my running shoes out. I keep my outfit ready, and I make sure that, for example, the cycle keys are kept where I can see, and I pre-plan the route where I want to cycle. So I make sure that everything is very simplified. Like, I need not put a lot of mental energy and physical energy to, say, for example, search for my socks, search for my track suits, and search for my keys and check whether the air is there. So everything is, say, for example, kept in a plate already. So I just need to put on the dress, put on the shoes, get my bike, go cycling. Make it simple as possible when you want to bring in a certain habit to your life. Same thing goes when you want to break a habit. Make sure that it's really difficult to spot a junk food. Say, for example, you want to stop eating junk food as much as possible. Make sure that first you stop purchasing the junk food. That's one of the points in the previous insight. That is removing the queue, which is the first and easiest step. Similarly, make sure that if junk food is kept somewhere, the farthest place which you can access in your house. First of all, don't buy if possible, but somewhere really far. Make sure that you give it to your parents or give it to your friend or something, and make sure that they're not giving it to you even if you ask them. So make it more difficult to access that particular habit you want to break, right? Finally, you need to make sure that you have a habit tracker. And this is one of the insights which I also personally would probably give to other people who want to form a habit, is to start slow, right? And how I started to bring in the habit of cycling, as I love cycling, but also I brought it a hobby of doing it daily, is I started cycling twice a week, once in a weekend, one day during the week. Just started with 2 days a week for 15 minutes. Trust me, not a long, it was just a very quick ride for 2 kilometers and I come back. So that's how I started. You want to start slow and make sure that you have a tracker. Make sure that you're accountable and make sure you do it, what you promise yourself. So I kept going, cycling twice a week, and then slowly got it 3 days, and then slowly 4 days a week, and slowly 5 days a week. And 3 months down the line, I'm cycling daily right now, almost daily, or I do some sort of cardio. Like at least I cycle 5 days, and then the weekends I usually play some sports which are much heavier cardio. So make sure that you have a habit tracker, and make sure that you have some type of accountability. Otherwise, it's going to be a little trickier to form a habit. And I think these are the three main insights which I got from the book of Atomic Habits, and it's really wonderful. It changed a lot of perspective, and I indeed got a lot more habits into my life as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that there's something to gain from this video, and to bring in small habits and to break a lot of habits which are not good for you. So feel free to comment about the quality of the video, what book you want to probably hear next, or what can I improve, or what I'm doing wrong, or if you're liking it, please subscribe to my channel, and looking forward to share a lot more knowledge in the future. And I wish you all the best and good luck.